Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War, Campaign 13, Week 8, Day 5. So today, of course, we got ourselves the Bounty Hunter event going on. We'll be having that going on for today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Basically just use 3 bounty troops with the Bounty Captain. To be able to get the Bounty Captain maxed, you can either go tier... gosh, I almost forget which one it is. Let's see. Epic, Legendary. So yeah, tier... Wait, why am I going crazy? Hold up, 1 second. It's tier 1. It's 710, 290, 3, 210. Yeah, it's tier 5. Oh, you know why? I was thinking of tier 4 as double blue orb. But yeah, it's tier 5 with 1 blue orb. Aha. But you either go tier 5 or tier 6. You can do it with tier 4, but there's very little leeway for it. So it's generally not advised doing it that way. Normally it's tier 5 with 1 blue orb, or tier 6 with none. Though you can do tier 4 with 2 blue orbs, or, a major blue if you really want to. However, it is very tight on Valraven. So if you lose like 2 Valravens, you'll have to go buy another tier anyways. So, plus you'll have to wait till Sunday to finish it. Whereas if we do it this way, we should be able to finish... most of them today if we really wanted to, though we're not going to do all of Bounty Hunter today, but a good number of it. But anyways, of course, this does bring Volpacia up to another star level. This brings us to power level 8, or sorry, actually power level 9. Unlock 3 traits on 2 of them. Apparently I didn't do it on 2. Oh, I forgot to trait and upgrade the little guy. Remember when we got a copy of him and we were kind of like mentioning him and then I forgot he exists because he's not that good? Yeah, him. He actually gives us the final upgrade we need. Wait, let me go give him an orb, because he's not fully ascended either, so we'll give him a little blue, get him all fully upgraded, remember to actually level him up, boom, 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 and now just the other one. We haven't really needed to do him until today, but now that he is ready to go, we'll go get this to Legendary, save having to spend 400 more gems by using a blue orb here, and boom, also maxed. There we go. And of course, also don't forget to level. I hate that the level screen is in a completely different menu. It makes no sense why they changed it like that. It drives me crazy, but there we go. Alright, and that should be 9-star Volpacia, and that is where it shall stay for the rest of time. Not literally, but it'll be a while. We need another 4 troops before it can go up. And oddly enough, I don't think we have another Volpacia event soonish. We do in like a month or two, but it's in a month or two. Let me double check. Because last I recall, we do not have one particularly soon. Let me double check. Yeah, the next Volpacia event is on the... Actually, control fine Volp. 24th of next month. And we're getting 2 when that happens. But 2 is not 4, so... Yeah, it's going to be stuck there for a while. Because the only Volpacia event that we know that's happening is midway through next April. And even with those 2, that's not going to be enough. Even with the 3rd one that's coming out, that almost seems like it's going to be a mythic or something. What was it? There's a 3rd over here. Even with that 3rd, we're still 1 troop short. No, it's just a random epic coming in at some point. Probably through some event, right? Yeah, it's coming in through Journey event. I'm surprised. We didn't have a Journey event for it yet. True. Interesting. But yeah, even with those 3, that's not enough. So even after we have a Journey event for Volpacia and have another event for Volpacia, which will also be the first time free to play, could probably get most of the stuff. As soon as those 2 things happen, it still does not move to 10-star. And that's a pretty big milestone if it does, because of course 10-star is another stat. And other stat would be a whole HP value, which is always great to see. Oh, also apparently I got one of the rewards earlier. Haven't really been bothering with these as much this time around. However, we're still ever so slowly unlocking them, which is kind of cool. Oh yeah, let me go and, I didn't do that earlier. Let me go get the codes real quick. I was waiting for Discord to open on the other computer, and it's been loading this entire time since we started to stream. And it just now got in. It was that slow. Anyways, hello everyone. Hello Isabel. Hello Jason. Hello Corey. Hello Mr. Jesse. Hello Gimli. Hello Tyrion. Hello Supernova. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, let me go get these codes and let's start doing Bounty Hunter. Let's see. We'll be doing the same Bounty Hunter team we mentioned on Monday as well. No need to really change anything up. The Bounty Captain doesn't really switch much as far as the meta is concerned. It's actually pretty underwhelming. Okay, I believe that's up to where we need to be. Copy, 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 copy. Make sure it's copied. I've copied it 10 times. Put it into my completely blank Word document. Or actually, notepad, I should say. And there we go. And now we have all of our codes. And we'll have that one ready soon. Okay. That's all sorted. So let me move that there, move that there, move that there so I can see chat. And everything is now situated. Hello, Jonian. Welcome, welcome. We got even less troops for Volpacia than we did for Halkrag. Yeah, I'm not sure why. They did very little for the event overall. Like, Volpacia has almost nothing. Like, almost nothing. Like, might be, like, later this year for it to even hit 10-star. Because we only know of 3 coming up soon. We're getting 2 in April more for this place. And we're getting 1 whenever they do a journey event for it. But we don't even know when the 4th's gonna come. It's not even within visible sight. Meaning it's later this year at the earliest. It's very strange. Anyways, let's go and actually do this bounty event. So let's go over to games, bounty, fights. And of course, bounty has a lot of good loot, even if you're not spending any gems towards it. You get a lot of orbs along the way, some gems, a few other loot. Biggest loot does require you to spend some amount of gems though. There's some guaranteed major orbs at the end, which of course could be something good or could be something bad. Compared to vault events, obviously not like a huge amount of loot, but you know, they add up. It's also guaranteed major orbs, unlike many drops in the game that are luck-based major orbs. Of course, the major orbs themselves are luck-based as well. But you know what I mean. Alright, let me go and copy-paste the bounty team. Wait, did I even... yeah, I did. Oh no! Oh wait, I can just put the thing in there. Oh, wait, go to Kingdom, go to Volpacia. Because I forget this guy's name already. Even though we literally just upgraded him. And he's right there. Okay, now I can copy the team. It wouldn't let me earlier because we were missing a spot. But now we're not missing a spot. Alright, put that there, which is why I can't make a copy-paste for it on the Monday video whenever we cover it. I just post the troop names. Because we can't. We can't until the troop exists. Unless we somehow knew its code. Also, thank you for 5 gifted memberships, George. Greatly appreciate the support. Thank you. Also, hello D, hello Watcher, hello Will, hello Anthony, welcome, all the lurkers. Anyways, let's go and do this. So, pretty standard bounty hunter team, nothing really special here. You're mostly just looking to do 30 times your multiplier, run with pure true damage, and you're good to go. And the only thing we might want to change is our banner setup, though we're already correct, 20% into 8 magic. Okay, let's go clear our bounty hunter real quick. I'm not sure if I'll do all of it today, but we'll go do a good chunk of it probably. We're definitely at least getting to the 20th battle, and definitely doing the 20th battle several times. So I might not do the entirety of it. We have 3 days this weekend, might as well spread it out a little bit. Don't have to rush and do it all at once. No, we easily could if we wanted to. Bounty event's been pretty easy lately. Mostly because they don't get harder as the game scales. So as time goes on, we have increasingly more stats. So they, in theory, become increasingly easier over time. The other thing that makes them easier is just more synergy. Of course, we haven't really had much for more synergy in a while. The Ogress probably one of the more recent ones, and Ogress was, gosh, like a year and a half ago or something. Even almost 2 years at this point. But yeah, we generally don't get new bounty hunter troops that often. Or, you know, we do, but we don't get good new bounty troops that often. Normally, you just use them as the bounty captain like you have to, like this event right now. And then, yeah, they kind of just don't come back. Because they're just not worth... Oh, I could have won right there if I took the skull thing. Oh, well. They just don't become viable. I am curious to see what happens when a skull spam build becomes viable, though. We're getting close. We have a few things that are pretty good with skulls, but I don't feel like it's worth using compared to the true damage to Garaki team. But as time goes on, we might finally have an option. We'll see. Time will tell. I'll show you what should I went for the skull there. I forgot. We're actually in one-shot skull range. I keep thinking like, oh, that's not going to one-shot, because I'm thinking of like the other event. What's it called? The world event. Because we don't have extra skull damage, so it's not going to one-shot. But in this mode, we are very much in one-shottable range. Also, hello, Bill. Welcome. Hello, Draco. Welcome. Also, hello, Emernator. Hey, it's finally the weekend as well. Finally the weekends. Though my initial plans for this weekend didn't end up happening, because the family that was supposed to be coming over, they ended up, I think I mentioned it last night, but they ended up getting sick. And they weren't sure if it's COVID or, you know, just something else, so they didn't want to risk it, and they just, they're still making their trip back, but, you know, they didn't stop by because they felt too sick to do so. And they just didn't want to risk it or anything. Also, hello, Bill. Did I say hello to you, Bill? I thought I did. But welcome, Bill. Did you get here so early that I didn't notice you were first? I'm pretty sure I said hello to you earlier, didn't I? I just sworn I did, but hello, Bill. Welcome. I'll take the skull over. Get our pokety poke. Get Pokey Poke number 2. Oh no, I won the win off of that. Don't you summon. What does this even do again? So the new troop, oh yeah, it was a choice mechanic that's useless. I remember reading this earlier. But it chooses one of the following. You get to create 3 freeze gems, which are blue, and gain an extra turn, or steal a bunch of armor from the last enemy. The first ability is definitely its better one if you are going to cast it. There's just not much you could do with this. Like, yes, we can try to go for, like, an extra turn freeze kind of thing. But from a bounty hunter perspective, there's almost nothing you could do. And even outside of bounty, like, it's so situational, it's circumstance, that you're probably not really using it either. Because it is an extra turn freezer in a sense, which is kind of cool. But if I'm not mistaken, it itself does not have immune to freeze, which is a weird combination. Because most things that are like that do have immune to freeze themselves. And there's already something that kind of does something similar to that. There's a goblin that's red-blue, I think 11, 12, 13 mana costs? Can't remember. But he's not even that meta. Yet he's actually almost stronger than that thing. And basically what he does is he like freezes 2 enemies, I believe, and gains auto extra turn while doing some explosions or something along those lines. And he's not even used. And this thing's basically just a weaker version of that, while also having the option to steal armor if you wanted to. So I don't really see much of a circumstance to use it. As outside the mode, there's already better things, like that guy I just described who has Impervious. And inside the mode, I don't know, just doesn't do enough. Doesn't do enough. Not enough to replace Ogress, that's for sure. Because it's definitely not going to replace Tagraki. It can't replace Corpse Mirror because it's literally the thing it's feeding blue into. If anything, you're almost just freezing yourself a lot of times. Because most of the core teams that get used do not have immune to freeze. And normally you don't have to deal with freeze, but if you yourself are freezing and you miss, then you do have to deal with freeze. And then that's a whole issue in itself. Oh wait, that wasn't enough to one-shot? Wait, what? Oh, you have spell reduction. Ah! I was like, wait, how on earth was that not enough damage? You have 50% reduction. Oh no! The final battle better not have reduction spam. Oh, that's gonna be so bad. They're gonna be so bulky. It's gonna make it take so much longer if it is. Oh, I sure hope the last battle does not have spell reduction. It's like the worst thing that can happen on a final battle. Hopefully it's not. How are we supposed to know you're lurking if you don't say something true? I sometimes say hi to all the lurkers as well. Specifically. Not by name, but you know. When saying all the hellos. I don't always do it though. But they're always there. I do the same thing on most streams though. I think I mentioned in the past. Like almost any live stream I ever do watch, which is very rarely, but when I do, I like never say anything in chat. I also feel like I have the type of personality that I would get banned from like half of people's chats if I was to ever talk in most of them. I'm definitely like a backseat gamer, that is for sure. Because I really like efficiency. So if I see something that's slightly less efficient, and they are specifically like not saying to ask for advice, I'm like, ooh, I should go help them. Let's see. I'll throw that one down. We need a brown or a green. We'll take that one. Sounds like you're holding back on us. Yeah, we pretty much have never banned anyone from our chat, aside from bots. Bots or people acting like bots are pretty much the only things we've ever banned. Though even bots are kind of pointless to ban because they just keep coming back. Or, you know, not the same bot, but, you know, a similar bot. But we haven't had that issue in a while. I'm not sure what YouTube did in the last several months. But they have drastically reduced the number of bots by a very large margin. Whatever they did on their back end, it is indeed working. Is that not Scott? You've been lurking for years, true. You have quite a few people who've been watching us for a while. I remember one time, gosh, I think like 4 or 5 years in, I was using some program I think a lot of other streamers use. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head because I don't use it these days. But we were doing like a raffle like thing with it. And one thing that it actually kept track of when the winners were announced through the thing, I can't remember what on earth we were raffling away. It was something Gems of War related at the time. I haven't done something like that in ages. But anyways, it tells you like how long the person has been like subbed to you. And some of those numbers were like the entire duration that the channel has existed. Yet they like never chat and chat. It was like around the 5th year of our channel or 4th year of our channel. And it showed that they were followed for like 4 years. Yet they like almost are never in chat, if ever. It's like, oh, I didn't even know that person existed. But they've been around. Oh, what do we need here? Take the green over. Also, did you have to summon 2? It's such a useless summon, but it's going to make us have to kill all of them. That's another thing that could be annoying on Final Battle 2, resummon. I'll find out when we get there. Another question in the end of the stream. Seems you're bad at it. Oh, was there another one? Did that really happen? I was literally talking about that last night. And did it actually happen last night? I didn't see any. What was the question? Because I can answer it now. Though the person who asked it might not be here now. But I could answer it now. Gosh, does this thing do anything? Every time I cast it, it's like, it'll get some amount of value. And every time it disappoints with none. Alright, we can actually take the free skull there, so might as well. Oh, I could have taken the green extra turn too. Oh, it's Cookie's question. You got a couple on paste. Waiting for Cookie to show up. I didn't even realize he ended up asking one. Definitely need to answer it when he gets around. We'll go for blue. I'm gonna hope this eventually does something. 3 gem spawns are basically 0 gem spawns, but it'll eventually do something. That's my goal before the end of this stream, is to get this thing to actually give us like a 4 times or 5 times. It will eventually happen. Luckily after this event, we'll never have to use them again. For now, we gotta use them. Otherwise, we can't get 30 times multiplier. Because the best you can only get with 4 bounty troops is 24 times. Well, I think the bounty captain ends up bringing it to 30. He'll do his thing. I'm actually gonna just go poke the first one, I think. I say that as I'm about to go true damage with this option. Wait, you're gonna die to that. Ooh, Cookie's board gaming with friends. Nice. I haven't done that in a long time. And I'm very hit or miss when it comes to board games. I feel like the rule sets for many board games make them not fun. I feel like the average board game is overly convoluted for its own good. It's so judgy. I'm not saying it's bad to play board games. I'm just saying most of them are not for me. I'm very into the strategy and everything. So it has to be like a very basic game, but with in-depth strategy. Like very absurdly simple rule set, but very deep strategy that you can do with that very simple rule set. which luckily is most card games. But card games and board games I would kind of say are in different categories. Like, I really like most card games. But most board games get too convoluted with the rule sets for what I generally like. Chess? I haven't played chess in forever. We should stream chess sometime for the fun of it. I have not played chess in, like, 15 years. Actually, I think at the end of high school would have been the last time I played chess. So it would have been like 16 or 17. So yeah, it's been over a decade since I've played chess. I know how to play chess, though I am probably absurdly rusty. Oh, don't they have an official website these days? Chess.com or something? I've heard of it. I've never bothered using the website. We should sometime. We should go do a chess stream randomly one day. It's gonna happen. I'm not sure what day that is. Probably no time soon. But we will randomly do like an entire chess stream for like a couple hours or several hours or however long it keeps our interest. I am very rusty at it though. Though I know how to play, of course. It's been at least a decade. I'm pretty sure it's free on chess.com as well, but I've never bothered to check. Because now that I think about it, how on earth did they make money? Because I think it is free on it. Put it to a vote, Fall Guys versus chess. Oh yeah, we haven't done a Fall Guys stream in a while. I haven't actually even played the game for like a month and a half. I was kind of waiting for the next season, and it still hasn't released yet. Which I'm not even sure when it's releasing. I thought it was already supposed to release by now, though I haven't been keeping tabs on their socials or anything. Actually, I haven't even used social media in, like, pretty much this entire year. I haven't even, like, checked social medias. It's almost politics season. Just gonna devour all of social media. But yeah, we will stream Fall Guys again at some point. Probably for next season, whenever they finally do it. But I don't believe it currently has a official date or trailer or anything. I think the biggest issue with that game is they are taking so long to do updates. So absurdly long. Like, there was a point when Gems of War and Fall Guys were going at, like, the same season number. And now I think, even though they both started around the same time, if anything, Fall Guys even a little bit earlier, even though they both started seasons around the same time, I think Gems of War is like 3 times as many seasons forward as Fall Guys are. That's how little they've been updating. Gems of War has had like 2.5 times more seasons than Fall Guys, despite them both starting around the same time. As far as seasons, anyways. Obviously, Gems of War has been around for longer, but not specifically seasons in Gems of War. Because it's a relatively newer feature. Seasons only came out in, like, what, 2 years ago in Gems of War? 2.5 at this point? Though when we do play Fall Guys again, we definitely got to use the bird outfit. We keep getting a bird outfit in like every game we've been playing lately. And it shall continue. Google for the win. Oh, hello, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. Oh gosh, this thing better not be on the final battle. Are we even at the final battle? I haven't even been paying attention. I'm just going through the courses of the battle. Actually not sure what battle we're on right now. That's enough to kill that one. Can we do that? Am I gonna get Blissey? Oh, is she available right now? Because, yeah, the event for her would have started last night then. Was it a special one? Or is it just for loot? Because, yeah, I might as well get it later. We'll definitely need to at some point. It's one of the special ones. The only one I missed so far was the Pikachu. Mostly because they only ran it for like a couple days. They haven't been playing that Pokemon game much lately either. I've even done the monthly PvP for it yet. I think it ends in like a couple days. And then they're moving on to Season 3. And I think Season 3 allows the 4 curses as well. The 4, gosh, they're called something of Ruin. Why can I not remember their name? And it's not Pokemon of Ruin. Oh yeah, the Relics of Ruin, I believe they were called. You gotta get that alliteration in there. Because there were the beads, the bowl, the sword, and the tablet thing, whatever the other name for tablet is. Like the scroll. It's like between the word of a scroll and a tablet. I can't remember what it's called. There's a special name for it. It's a Chinese thing. Let's see. Because, yeah, I believe they're allowed in the next season of PvP. Which is going to be a very broken meta, because they are all so broken beyond belief. They actually got nerfed before the game even started. They were actually that broken. Like, there was a day one patch for the game that actually nerfed them. Before, like, anyone even had them. Because they were actually that strong. Alright, this is the final battle, and honestly, it's not that bad. Except that there is an annoying Empower. Hey, Valraven. Yeah, this isn't too annoying with a final fight. Though it does have Empower turn 1, though. Luckily, it got replaced with a Valraven, so we don't get to see it this fight. But, yeah, this battle's not too bad. It's not the best, it's not the worst. I think the biggest issue is Valraven is not blocked by yellow, regardless of where it is. That's going to be the only issue I can see with this fight. Is the Valraven escape rate is going to be kind of high. Oh, we still got to deal with those mana drain gems, too. That'll actually be more in their favor for this fight than in ours, unfortunately. It's not ideal. Yeah, it's a perfectly fine fight. There's so many things that could have been here that would have been way worse. Mostly the Spell Reduction Trooper or Resummoner. Because none of those have Summon, none of those have Spell Reduction. Most annoying thing is Empower turn 1. But even that's not going to be that bad. The biggest issue with his Empower is he converts to a color I don't use. Of course, we can structure the team in a way that doesn't matter. But we could also just board clear, so it kind of also doesn't matter. One way or another. One way or another. Gosh, that just randomly got in my head when I said that. That one song. I'm pretty sure you guys know the one. Okay, we'll take that one down. There's a couple phrases I can't hear without, like, thinking of the song that corresponds to that exact phrase. That's a lot of logic there. Welcome, welcome. What do we take here? We'll take that one there. That's a lot of skulls. And poor thing never gets to cast. Why can't you convert everything to blue? Then that thing would actually be useful. No, 1 HP! I should have tried to find one more skull somehow. Alright, let me just poke you. Hope we somehow get a skull here. Not quite. Yeah, I'm gonna have to waste the whole cast just to kill him. No point in trying to think it out, just hit him twice. There we go. We're almost halfway done with Bounty Hunter already. It's a pretty quick event. Doesn't take that long. At least with these kind of stats anyways. Obviously earlier on in the game it takes way longer. I remember when it first came out, I felt like it took like 4 to 6 hours to complete Bounty Hunter. In the current state of the game, it's like 2-ish, give or take, depending on stats. As well as what the actual final fight is, because some final fights take way longer than others. Though everyone has the same final fight, but when I say final fight, I mean, like, from event to event, it changes. But from person to person, it's the same final. Like, you guys are fighting the same final that I'm fighting right now. So I'm not sure why I did that. We already had enough damage. Trying to poke for slightly extra. We're almost halfway there. Technically, 100,000 is halfway to 250,000. That might sound weird, but the reason for that is due to the fact that you're getting 6,000 per battle towards the end. So the later half actually goes slightly quicker, not slower. Oh, I could have skull poked. I'll take that over. Do you have score reduction? You do. No wonder why it feels like you're so tanky when you're there. There's no spell reduction, but you gotta deal with that score reduction on him. Which is not ideal. It's making him just bulky enough to be annoying. Because you should be dead by now if you didn't have 33% reduction. And now he's double poke. Luckily, we do have some stun in there that we can get off occasionally. But we're not always going to get stun off in time for the skull pokes. Because otherwise, we'd just be destroying all the skulls that are on the board. Unless we cascade into them. Alternatively, I could just start hitting him first. Because that would somewhat solve our problem. Because he's the bulkiest thing on the enemy team. Oh, I was gonna say, is he not gonna go for it? That would have been very convenient. Yeah, I'm just gonna start Jagrakiing him down. There's no reason not to. If there's anything we should Jagraki down, it's him. Oh, come on, don't do that. At least we get to... No, we did... I was gonna say, at least we get to destroy them all so he doesn't freeze me. But then... it went very bad. Yeah, I'm not sure we're ever casting that thing again. There's no point. Even if the board seems like it'll be usable, it's just not good enough. Just doesn't work. I'll hand out a code in a few battles. Because we're pretty much at the halfway point. And I guess we'll go finish the other half tomorrow night. So we can go get some Volky openings in. Still trying to whittle them down. Next Vault event pretty soon as well. A couple weeks from now. 3rd week of April. Unless it changes the date. But as it currently stands, 3rd week of April. Which is pretty soon. Not as soon as I would hope it would be. Because I'm not sure where the compensation Vault event was. The one from December. These didn't really seem like we got one. Oh, why'd I do that? That didn't make any sense. Oh no. Hopefully we get mana back in time. Oh no, we didn't. No! I'm gonna have to kill him with skulls. Luckily he's stunned now, so it's not gonna matter. It didn't slow us down that much. I would throw that down, hopefully get our mana, Tagraki him down, and that is match, if he'll let me. One more poke? You know what, I'm gonna believe. Come on, you gotta do it eventually. There you go, look, it did something. Amazing. It actually did something today. But yeah, the new bounty captain's awful. It is pretty bad. The premise of it is cool. At least of the first half. If its second half had something like actually useful, that would have actually made it usable. But you're never using it for its armor steal. It's also a random enemy, which is so weird. You don't even get to target it. Like, it wasn't already bad enough. It's like, oh, let's make it slightly worse. Yeah, if it wasn't random, it would be a good tank. But it's also a little overkill because Ogris already is a great tank. Like, Ogris basically has 2 lives. One is a 50% reduction troop, and then again is an impervious troop. Because on Def, it has a 100% chance to summon a Fortress Gate. So she's just a double tank. So you generally don't need a better tank, because she's a mana accumulator and an infinite tank. Which means its armor steal, even if it was choice, still wouldn't be good enough. But the fact that it's random makes it even worse. Because that makes it so it can't even be, like, remotely used. Like, even if you want to use this as an alternative tank, the fact that it's random armor steal makes it so you're almost never going to hit what you want. You could armor steal something that you already armor stealed to steal 0 armor. Meaning you just wasted 11 mana on nothing of something blocking Togaraki's Brown. There's just no use case for it. And its first part of its ability is kind of cool, quite literally. The 3 freeze gem. It's just not enough spawn. If it did like 5 freeze gem, or like 3 freeze gem, 6 blue, or, you know, some kind of mix, then it could have been okay. But just 3 freeze gems not enough. Also, why not utilize the spirit gems? Like, I don't feel like we've gotten that many spirit gem options over the course of the thing. Like, yes, the mythic we're about to be getting is going to be so good, and we'll be going over that on Monday. Once we go get the extended pass, which we still haven't done yet, need to go do that. But, like, that thing is really good, and we got a few okay options, like the Empower Converter. But I feel like they didn't really do that many Spirit Gem mechanics during this season. And that could have been a perfect troop to put it on. They could have made it, like, 3 Freeze Gems and 3 Spirit Gems or something. They're both blue. They're both blue-related gems. Because that'd be really cool if something had the ability to create Freeze Gems and Spirit Gems. Because they're both blue power gems. And I don't think we've really had that mechanic yet. Something that creates 2 different power gems. There might be someone out there, one of them. And I don't mean like different colors of one, but I mean like 2 completely different power gems. I don't think that mechanic currently exists within the game. Unless I'm forgetting of one. But I don't believe anything currently creates 2 completely different power gems on their ability. Simultaneously. That isn't just a same power gem, different color. Because that doesn't count. That's still technically the same power gem. Because as we get more and more of them, they could definitely look into that. Well, that's a mechanic we don't currently have. Better hurry up. Isabel's gonna defund us. We'll have it before Monday. Monday's the first day where it really matters anyways. Having the extended pass. Like, everything prior to that is, like, maybe just having slightly more stats or something. Because the tarot cards are just so useless these days. Except Empress. She's, like, the only exception. Emperor slightly as well, but more so Empress. Like, I think this will be the last bounty battle we do for now, and then we'll go to open some vaults. Oh, yeah, we will be. I'm trying to get that situated this weekend. It shouldn't even take that long. Though, I want to try getting it situated through Steam, which would take way longer. Even if I have to, like, contact their customer support. Otherwise, I'll do it through the website. Because I know for sure I can get it done through their website in, like, 3 minutes. But to fix the glitch with my account could take hours. I do kind of want to get that situated at some point. I've been putting it off for forever, just hoping it fixes itself, and it still hasn't yet. Hello, Shelly. Welcome, welcome. Actually, we'll go for that on you. So I can then do this on you. The only bad thing about doing that is if we get a Skull Cascade that brings down Togaraki's damage, which sometimes makes Corpse Mirror not have enough damage to follow up on. Also, luckily Corpse Mirror can target skulls. There's some weird things in the game, and it's really inconsistent, but some just do not target skulls. And it's not really denoted anywhere on their ability that they can't target a skull. And it's really weird, because it seems like completely random what can and cannot target a skull. There's even some row destroyers, like, not Corpse Mirror specifically, but like row destroyers that when they cast, they can't cast on a skull, but they can still cast on the same row of the skull. Same with some column destroyers. It's just so weird and inconsistent across the game. Like what can and cannot. Very rarely does it matter too much, though it does matter a little bit more with 3x3 explodes. Like some can only explode a gem, but they explode a non-skull gem. But their ability doesn't really say that's specifically non-skull. So sometimes you'll want to do a location, like let's say right here. And it's like, oh, you can't. There's a skull there. I just switch my ability as it's actually quicker to cast Corpse Mirror. As long as we don't long cascade, which we kind of did there, but there we go. Alright, we are more than halfway done with Bounty Hunter. Let's go claim all of our loot. And then tomorrow we get our major orbs from it. Which is a perfect stopping point. Right at tier 18 exactly. And now we get reward 19 and 20 tomorrow. As well as finishing out everything. I don't think that's going to be enough for leaderboard. Though maybe it is, because most people stop exactly at that point. Look at this multi-way tie. I'm pretty sure this is a over 200 person tie. You can only see down to the leaderboard itself. But there could be 100, 200, 5,000 people tied in 75th place right now. And I'm pretty sure that's tier 5 with RNG Valraven. I'm pretty sure, which is exactly what we bought up to. It's what most people buy up to. They go to tier 5, they upgrade it to legendary, they use a blue orb on it, boom. And I believe the loot that you get up to, or the reward tier you get up to, is 267 with Valraven luck. Or who knows, maybe the 279 is the Valraven luck one. There's quite a few 279s there. Hard to tell. Also, I'm surprised the person in first place isn't going super crazy with it this time. Normally the person in first is like 3 times over second place. This time it's kind of even. Anyways, let's go into the code. And I actually got them into copy-paste this time, so we don't have to go rummage through an entire Discord thingy to try to find it. So do let me know if this one works. As there's a small chance we handed this one out last night. I don't think so, because it looks different. I don't remember last night's code starting with JQ. But there you guys go. Use it on gemsofwar.com for the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over here is where you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Copy paste around numbers and letters or JQ. And give Simi loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Anyways, and definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps all out and is greatly appreciated. Anyways, we're still kind of ignoring these lately. We've been getting a couple unlocks, but I don't know. After we got all rewards, I think I'm just going to stop at all rewards for now on with them. Nothing particularly good here. So let's just open some Volkies. See if we can get lucky tonight. We are currently at 251. And I'll probably do like 31-ish or somewhere around there. There's a few. I don't want to open like too many. Gotta make these last till the next Vault event in a couple weeks. April 21st, I believe it is. So basically a month from now. Almost. Anyways, oh gosh. This is gonna be the last few days we get to use Magnesia too. Soon you will be... Oh yeah, we do need to go do Dungeon, true. Let me go do that next. But this will be one of the last few days we use her. I'm pretty sure once we can use Diamantia, we are almost never using her again. And we will have Diamantina by Wednesday at the latest. It is physically impossible for us to not have it by Wednesday unless I somehow forget to buy Dungeon on a given day. Which could happen. Come on, perfect. We get it earlier if it is. Come on, top 3. No, so close. No, oh, never, that's not a trap. Oh, that one is though. Oh, is that Curse Web? No. No, it's Deathmark Web, even worse. Honestly, Deathmark Web is probably worse than Curse Web. Like, they're both bad in their own way. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Did my guild finish out the weekly event? Oh, yeah, Guild Wars in a couple days, too. They have. Thank you, Guild. Yeah, we got a major purple from it. Cool. Also, we still have 1 spot left if anyone wants to join the guild, by the way. Hey, Maximus, we're down at the bottom today. For this week. I was still missing a person. Oh, Loco. Oh, yeah. How did he do on leaderboard? It looked like he was going for a pretty high position. He's currently 8th. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is normally what happens on leaderboard. Look at first place compared to 3rd. It's over a 5 times margin of difference. Yeah, some people go really all out with it. Yeah, Loco made top 10, it looks like. Anyways, let's go and Guild Wars next week. That's already done. Okay, let's go do some oh, well, let me actually go do the dungeon battles. I clicked on them. I didn't actually fight them. They're just changing my banner. Not with that. Zolgoth. Honestly, I almost feel like switching to that one Curse Troop that came out this week for my new Explore 12 teams. Or not Explore 12, I mean my new dungeon teams. Oh, I'm still using Voice of Orpheus from yesterday. I don't have a Leprechaun. I was about to go Leprechaun cast and then just realized that I don't have one. I guess for a day like today, that's actually fine though. Because I'll ask this to D-Web or Angry Mob very easily. Which is decently convenient. And might actually be better value than a Leprechaun today. And I'm prone for the code, everyone. No! Why did you do such a thing? And we gotta go re-kill like the entire battle over again. Oh no. I haven't seen him do that in a very long time. He has guaranteed triple summon too. They actually buffed him a little while to make the normal one have like multi-summon, but it's like RNG if it does 1 to 3. But the boss variant always does 3. And they did buff the other one to be 1 to 3 instead of just always 1. Well, the boss variant is a guarantee 3 every time, meaning since he has stealthy and the spider summons do not, you have to go kill each of the spiders before you can go kill them, which is very annoying. It very rarely ever has time to get off, but sometimes it does. And when it does, you basically have to restart the whole fight. Unless you're running like an AoE option. But if you're running like single target like we are, it's almost like starting to fight over again. But luckily they're a bit weaker than the full durability of the higher ones. That's still kind of annoying. Because you can't just like instantly Zolgoth him due to the stealthy. Oh, does that tier not get to leaderboard? Are you sure? Because I know for sure our amount of points gets like somewhat close there. I don't know, we'll see you tomorrow. Once we get our battles in. Maybe it is 1 tier short, I'm not sure. I don't feel like that many people buy tier 6 though. I feel like it's mostly tier 5 with Blue Orb. Because the value of Blue Orb is like so low compared to 400 gems these days. There is a point where it was the other way around, but the current state of the game, the value of a Blue Orb is like nothing. At least later in the game anyways. Relative to 400 gems. Like, you'd much rather have the 400 gems. So I feel most people would stop at tier 5. Some people just tier 4 it and just hope they don't lose any. I always go tier 5 just for buffer range. And so we can get more of the battles down, because I think you have to wait till like Sunday if you do a tier 4 or something. And of course, can't forget to buy the Dragonite. We are so close. Guaranteed by Wednesday, we will have the Diamantina. The very first one. And by the very first one, I mean our very first one. A lot of people already have like 3 or 4 of them. We're a little late to the party due to bad RNG. But we'll finally have it this Wednesday, or sooner if we find more Dragonite. Anyways, let's go set to magic, and let's go on some Volkies now. Now that everything else is done, except for the daily crowns, but we're kind of been ignoring them since we already have all the main loot. Oh, that's not what I wanted. No, not Bounty Hunter. Though we could do more Bounty Hunter, but I'll finish out tomorrow night. Do some Volkies. Let's do like 30-ish, 20-ish. Oh, not with Zolgoth team, though. Luckily, Zolgoth team does win this. It's just a bit slower. We're all with it. Try to get lucky on Flameifer. And luckily, we did. We just take that. Boom, boom, boom. Zolgoth, boom, boom, boom. Dead, boom. I didn't go too slow. Still slower than the other thing. Hey, we got a level, too, for our hero. Level up! Level 1,809. Sure, Brown. Why not? They're kind of even right now. Yeah, let me go change to a correct team. Any number of correct teams. Even Zolgoth team is correct if you really wanted to. It's just ultimately a bit slower than AoE spamming it down. Unless you get really lucky Zolgoth. Oh, major orb ingots. No. It being major or it being a smaller one means literally nothing. They're both equally useless. There we go. Who knows? Maybe they'll finally add something to use ingots on. It's one of a few currencies, and by a few I mean a lot, of currencies in Gems of War that do not have an infinite sync. Or do not have a proper infinite sync. Or eventually don't have an infinite sync anymore. There's multiple categories of it eventually not having one. But it is one of those that it just doesn't have one to begin with. Like, once you have upgraded every weapon in the game, there is no point to ingots. Yet they still give you so many through various things. On top of the ingot orbs that they've added a couple months ago. Which still seems so weird. Those bigger orbs that we got earlier, they're only 3 months old, that mechanic. I felt like they've been around for forever. Like the orb of forging. Yeah, it's only been 3 months. It's been a very short duration of time. That's another forging orb. Unfortunately, that one's a smaller one. That would have been way better if that was a bigger one. But oh well. It happens. So hello, Karana Storm, if I didn't already say hi. Welcome, welcome. If anyone else has any other questions, do let me know as well. Because we'll probably be wrapping up somewhat soonish. Kind of want to do a few Volkeys, and then tomorrow night we'll probably finish out Bounty Hunter. And of course Sunday we got good old weekly spoilers. And we do have a not arena. We do have Guild War next week too. It is actually the final Guild War where we have to deal with the Mana Drain Gem, so anyone who hates those. Tomorrow is not the last week, but the last week where a somewhat important mode has them. And we'll never need to deal with them again. But yeah, they're still around for 2 more weeks. Next week's the last week we'll have to deal with it in Guild War. Though soon we're going to have to deal with... Actually, next week is going to be really insane with those. Because not only will we still have Spirit Gems, but we're going to have that new Mythic. Anyone who got the bigger pass will have the new Mythic for next Guild War. Next week. Which is slightly pay to win. Though luckily, unless you're in Bracket 1, no one really cares about winning in Guild War for the most part. It's just fun too. More so than actually useful. Other than for the 100% XP bonus every day. Which that one is useful. But like everything else you get from in lower brackets is like almost nothing. But yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that new Mana Drain Mythic. It's actually really good. Like really, really good. I ideally want to cover a video for it on Tuesday. So I'm going to cover it a little bit earlier this time. Just because this is a particularly special one. As it's basically the best mana drainer in the entire game. It does so in very small increments, but that doesn't really matter because it consistently does so in very small increments. And you combine that with something like Curse. Like the new troop we just got. Wait, does it use purple? Oh no. Does it use purple? Oh no, I didn't even think about that. With the new troop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does it use purple? I'm pretty sure something like that uses purple. Oh no. Wait, let me go check. Does it use purple? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be funny. Oh, that's gonna be really funny. Well, that's gonna be broken. That's gonna be fun. The new trip this week combined with that Mythic is actually like the strongest mana drain team we've ever had in the game. Like it might even be stronger than Peak Famine when it got nerfed. Because it doesn't... It basically pretends that immune to mana drain doesn't exist anymore. Because last I recall, Curse does bypass immune to mana drain. It goes past all immunes. Except for that one that has like immune to everything. But aside from that, which almost no troops have, it would get through mana drain immune. So you wouldn't even need a stun. Just the Curse alone would be enough for you to get the mana drain off. And then you're mana draining for 4 every turn while gaining full mana. Oh, that's going to be funny. Yeah, we definitely need to cover that video early next week. We'll be messing around with it Monday night. But anyways, let me do some more Volkies. Yeah, that's gonna be very broken. I wonder if they'll actually nerf that. I feel like they won't, even though they did it with Famine. I don't feel like they will for this new combo. I don't know. We'll see how annoying it's gonna be. But we're gonna see it in next Guild War. Like, someone's gonna run it, including myself, because I want to see how it does. I'm not sure where we are in next Guild War though. Anyways, let me go over here. That's for Monday. That's for Monday to worry about. For now, he doesn't exist, so we can relax. But yeah, the new Mana Drain meta comes out 2 days from now. Or 9 days from now if you got normal pass. Or a couple months from now if you are free to play. Useless ingot. Let me go add it to the pile. 156 ingots. It sounds terrifying. Honestly, it is. Pre-nerf Famine was one of the strongest teams to ever exist. To such a degree, there were many teams that just ran double Famine. Because he also had Jinx at the time. It is, I believe, the only troop in the game where Jinx was actually meta. Because he had a mana drain, and at the time there wasn't as many ways to get mana. So not being able to surge on 3s was very crippling to a team. And he had double Jinx because he would double up on himself. So not only was he the best mana drainer in the game, but also had the ability to make you not surge, which was more relevant then than it is now. Nowadays there are so many ways to get like infinite mana without mana drain or without getting surges off of 3s. But back in the day there were not as many ways. So it was very important that as many 3s as you could take would surge. And at the time, it was just so strong. The new thing that's coming out does not have Jinx, though, I don't believe. What were its traits? I don't remember. I know he has the Mana Drain trait. What were the other two? I don't think the other two are relevant, luckily. Unless one of them was Impervious, in which case, wow. Though in all fairness, Impervious doesn't mean anything because he's just going to get cursed anyways. Off of Empower Curse, off of the new troop that came out this week, the Bane of Mercy. Oh yeah, we covered a video on Bane of Mercy earlier today, by the way. It's covering a bunch of teams. Pretty sure most of you saw it already by now. But if not, a bunch of copy-paste teams for the very good Bane of Mercy. And apparently next week we might have even more. Because, like, 2 of the teams I probably show with the new Mythic will probably include it. Let me go double-check. What was his other 2 traits? Was one of them actually Impervious? Because that's really funny if so. No, it's just Mana Shield, which also gets bypassed by, which is nice, because it makes it so if the enemy team doesn't have Curse, he will be immune to his own Mana Drain, which is nice. But if they do have Curse Drain, then that's not going to matter at all. Which a lot of teams with him are going to run Curse Drain with the Empower Bane of Mercy into him. And of course he even gets Darkstorm at the start of battle, as if there wasn't already enough purple. He'll get even more purple, or can board clear with something else and then create the purple. Plus he even does purple on his own ability. I think it like explodes them or something. His ability is pretty irrelevant. It's actually his final trait where like 99% of his value comes from. Yeah, he explodes all purple and Spirit Gems. Deals a bunch of damage to the last 2 enemies boosted by Spirit Gems. Oh yeah, it does that too. So it gets like a big concentrated burst. Normally there's not going to be enough Spirit Gems for that to do that much damage. But even if there's only 4, you're still talking... Well, you're going to be clearing the board every turn, so there probably will almost never be 4. Well, let's say there... No, under normal circumstances, he just does like 0 damage. I mentioned that earlier. It's one of the reasons why he didn't initially seem too strong. And then you look at his trait, and it looks absurdly strong. Because almost all his value is his final trait. Like, almost pretty much his whole trait setup is where the value is. His actual ability is pretty average. Like, if this is all he did with no traits that were good, he would be considered a pretty bad mythic. But, yeah, his traits is where all the value is. Particularly his final one. Because the strategy with him is as long as there's blue on the board every single turn, you just board clear literally every turn, and then you mana drain for 4 the entire enemy team every turn. And if you 4 times curse them off of Bane of Mercy, well, they're cursed, so, you know, you'll always drain them. So you just perpetually 4 drain every turn, so the AI can never do a single cast on you ever. You could even put, like, a Entangle in there by using Elementalists and other stuff like that. And then they'll never cast, they'll never hit you with Skull. And every turn you get, like, full mana with Throw or something. Or however else you want to do. If you're doing Bane of Mercy, it's definitely going to be Throw, but if you're not doing Bane of Mercy, there's other ways to do it, too. I do feel like most teams with it will go down the Bane of Mercy route. He's just too good of a synergy troop. And not one I put into consideration when I was thinking of teams of him initially. Because I was thinking of what already existed in the game. I wasn't considering Bane of Mercy being added. It's kind of funny that they added it then, because it's pretty much the perfect synergy troop for the new Mythic coming out next week. But time will tell. We haven't messed around with it yet. He's definitely going to be very high on the Mythic tier list coming soon. I really do want to get that video out soon. Very soon, TM. At least everything I'll be going over will actually be within the game. Because I was originally going to go over him, even though he technically wasn't, like, usable yet. But by the time the tier list comes out at this point, he will be usable. Oh, your Uber has arrived. Well, I'll catch you later. Have a good night. Sure. Yes, Mythic tier list for 2022 coming in 2024. Because I've been, like, mentioning that since, like, mid-December. Still haven't gotten around to it. I think the longest thing the game itself has ever delayed is the treasure hunt rework. They've been talking about the treasure hunt rework for, like, 5 years now. And we still have not gotten one. And it seems like next patch also isn't going to be one. Though I wish it would be. They've been hinting at it for like 5 years now, and we still have not gotten the treasure hunt rework. Originally, it was supposed to be around the time of their arena rework a couple years ago. And then they said, oh, we'll do it next year. Then next year came, and it's like, oh, we'll do it at some point. And then like 5 years later, still hasn't happened. Not sure how you feel about the March 2023 campaign Mythic being in the tier list. Hey, I believe we actually could visibly see him back then. We could see him as early as, like, January of this year. The Mythic that's coming out next Monday. He was visible for a while. Though we didn't at the time know what Spirit Gems did. But we did know everything else about him. So he didn't seem that good because his ability's pretty average, and at the time we didn't know what Spirit Gems were, so it's like, oh, that's going to be kind of average. But now that we know what Spirit Gems does, he's actually really broken. Especially in combination with his ability. The ability itself isn't good, but its ability with what its final trait does is good. Because it gives you an alternative way to pop all the mana drains. In case the rest of your team doesn't have an option, he himself can do it himself without needing another option. Like, you're normally going to have an option like Thrall or something to do it for him. But it's not required. You can just get mana for him and then he does it for himself. The biggest issue with that is getting enough mana to feed back into himself without the assistance of another mana accumulator, so you're normally going to have another one. Either Thrall, Marilith, Angry Mob, any of those. Most likely Thrall, given the Bane of Mercy synergy. The only problem with that is you'll only have room for one flexible spot. Which will likely be Hero, but it could be anything. Which might mean you don't have that much damage. Because he himself does not do a lot of damage. Like, he does some damage, just not a lot. Enough to clean up a kill, but not enough to be your only damage source. Hey, we opened all the keys I wanted to open. Oh, there we go. We've done all the things. No, stop trying to sell me Dragonite bait. I know I need more. I'm not going to spend money on it. The game is literally just being like, hey, do you want to go get Diamantia right now? Well, 15 bucks. Or, you know, $5 each for 3 of them. We technically could, but I'm not spending $15 just to get Diamantia a few days earlier. We're going to wait till Wednesday or Tuesday if we get lucky. We waited this long. We can wait a few more days. That's really funny. Because I actually really need more Dragonite. But we're definitely not going to use our money on that. Just going to wait a few days. And also, Adventure Board's kind of bad today, which is why I didn't bother doing it. I guess this is okay. I don't know. This is such a small amount of shards, though. 100? That's like literally one Underworld run. If anything, you know what? Let's go take the gold. At least 10k is like somewhat okay value. And of course, we're still trying to get some Spirit Walker EXP. What will happen first? The Treasure Hunt rework? Tassis Mythic tier list video or the best teams of 2019? Wait, wasn't that 2018? I think everyone's forgetting what year it even was. Wasn't it 2018 or was it 2019? I don't remember. I still have those 10 teams saved, by the way, from that video we never covered. I'm not sure why I just never covered it. We've had the team saved there for forever. At this point, it's just a joke of a reoccurring gag that we might eventually do it at some point. Like, it's not even going to be on April Fool's Day. There's just going to be a random day where we cover the archived version of the best teams of 2018 or whatever it was. What's kind of funny is some of them are still meta to this day. Like, Infinite Goblin Loop is from that era. Like, the Infinite Goblin Loop that's used today with Turnip and everything is still the same team that existed back then. To the T. Like, no difference at all. Same hero class, same team composition, same order, same banner. Like, nothing about it has changed in, like, 4 or 5 years. Or however long it's been. Like, it's literally the same exact team. Still to this day. Which is kind of surprising, because Goblins were getting, like, a new meta almost, like, every year or two. And they've currently gone about 5 years without getting a new meta. Which is very weird, given how quickly they were advancing initially. But we just haven't been getting that many Goblin troops lately. And ones that we have been getting are more situational, like that one Burn Gem guy. Who's, like, okay, but, you know, it's very situational what kind of team you'd use them on. And it's generally not a 4x Goblin team. Let's see. Is there a Notch Dragonite sitting in the Campaign Elite Pass? True. Oh, that's right. That would bring us to Tuesday, wouldn't it? Yeah, that means we'd be able to do that on Tuesday. Ooh. Wow, we're going to be covering 2 Mythics next week. One of them is going to be the campaign one, which I already forget his name. Probably should remember. He'll be meta for a very long time. The King of Ravens. Hey, the Raven guy. But yeah, we'll have the King of Ravens on Tuesday, a video on that. We'll be going over him on stream on Monday. Ideally covering a video for him on Tuesday. Then we will finally get Diamantia on Tuesday night. Because we're going to get 100 Dragonite from the pass when we go buy it. Which I'll go do, hopefully this weekend. Not this weekend, definitely by Monday. Which I guess is this weekend. They're both the same thing. Because we'll get another 100 Dragonite, and that'll be enough to make us go over the edge. And then with that, we will then be able to go and hopefully on Thursday cover Diamantia team. I do kind of want to wait until I have double Diamantia, so we'll see. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be testing Diamantia for. I already know generally what I want to do with it. And people have been team building it for months, so there's a lot of teams out there already. I haven't really looked at many of them yet, mostly because I didn't want to be spoiled to our testing of it. Because normally we test some stuff like right when it comes out, so there's no way I could even know other teams. But there's a lot of teams already established for Diamantia because some people have had it since December. And we are not getting it till a couple days from now, almost like 4 months later. Use them on a you can use them on a Goblin team. I just don't really care for them too much because Goblins don't really have burn synergy. And his whole premise is like extra turn mana accumulator burner. But there isn't like any way to use his burn while using Goblins. Because nothing in Goblins utilize burn. There's no triple damage burning. There's no boost ratio from burn. He's kind of in a weird spot. Where his status effect just isn't used among his typing. But though of course you could just use him for his mana accumulation. Anyways guys, one to here for now. We will be back tomorrow night. Same time as always. Finish out Bounty Hunter. Get a bit more grind in there. And then we'll have quite a few things going on almost every other night then. Like tomorrow will be Bounty. Sunday we'll be going over everything going on in the next week, of which there will be a lot. Then on Monday night we'll be messing with the new Mythic. Then on Tuesday we'll be messing with the other new Mythic. Well, new to us, Diamantina. And then we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.